So, you've probably written down your goals at some point, right? We all have. But then what? What happens after the ink is dry? Today, we're going to talk about a framework that takes you way beyond just making a list. It's all about structuring your goals for a life that's not just successful, but actually balanced. Let's dive in. All right, so let's start here. Picture this. You've done it. You've sat down, you've thought hard, and you've listed out everything you want to accomplish. And hey, that's a huge first step, seriously. But the real magic, it's not actually in the list. It's all about what happens next. So I want you to really think about this for a second. Imagine that list of goals is sitting on your desk right now. What's the one thing, the single most important move you can make to transform that list from just a bunch of wishes into your actual reality? And here's the thing, the answer probably isn't what you're expecting. It's not about just picking the biggest goal and going all in on that one thing. Nope. The real key is to set super clear goals for every important part of your life. Because let's be honest, clarity is everything. The clearer you are about what you want, the better your chances of actually getting it. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to use a really powerful but also super simple framework. It breaks your life down into 4 key areas, or quadrants. And this is so important because it helps make sure that when you win in one part of your life, you're not accidentally losing in another. And here they are: health, wealth, love, and happiness. Pretty straightforward, right? But the idea here is to set specific, clear goals in each of these categories. When you do that, you're not just chasing one thing, like money or a promotion. You're actually building a plan for a whole, balanced life. It's about creating real, lasting fulfillment. Okay, so all 4 of these are obviously super important for balanced life, but for today, we're going to zoom in on the very first one, health. And there's a really good reason it's number 1, because honestly, everything else, everything, is built on top of it. Think about it like this. You could have all the money in the world, all the success, all the awards, but if you don't have your health, what's the point? It's all kind of meaningless, right? That's why your health goals have to come first. It's the engine that drives everything else you want to do. But if we're going to set some really powerful health goals, we need to be on the same page about what health even means. And I'm willing to bet that for most of us, the definition we've been carrying around in our heads is actually holding us back. So check this out. On the one hand, you have the old way of thinking. Health just means you're not sick. It's passive. But on the other hand, you have a much better definition. Health means waking up every single day just bursting with energy. I mean, which one of those sounds better to you? Which life do you want to live? This really hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's about a huge mindset shift. We need to stop thinking of health as something you only pay attention to when something's wrong. Instead, let's start seeing it for what it is. A resource. It's our daily energy, and it's something we have to actively build up and protect. All right, so if the goal is more energy, how do we actually get there? What's the plan? Well, we need a blueprint. And this blueprint is going to give us a super clear, actionable plan that's built on 4 key pillars. And these 4 pillars, they each tackle a different part of creating that high energy life we're talking about. They take us from just wishing for better health to having a concrete plan. So let's break them down. Pillar number 1 is all about how your body feels. We're talking about the actual physical sensation. The goal here is to feel energized, to feel like your body is an asset that's ready to go, not something you have to constantly fight against and drag through the day with pure willpower. Next up, pillar 2 is about getting a handle on the data. Yeah, the numbers. This means actually knowing things like your weight, your blood pressure, and keeping them in a safe, healthy range. It's about finally stopping that habit of avoiding the doctor and just hoping for the best, you know? It's about taking control. Pillar 3 is all about your lifestyle rhythm. This is huge. It's about breaking those bad habits where we trade our long-term health for some short-term gain. You know what I'm talking about. Skipping sleep to work more, stress eating, that kind of stuff. The goal here is to build sustainable, healthy habits that actually work for you in the long run. And finally, pillar 4. This one's about looking ahead. It's about playing the long game with your health. The idea is to make choices today that the future you, the you from 5, even 10 years from now, will thank you for. This is what it means to be proactive about your health instead of just reacting when things go wrong. Okay, so we have the big framework. We have our new definition of health, and we have the 4 pillars. Now comes the most important part, turning all this talk into action. Let's make it real. So I want you to ask yourself this question and be really honest. What is the single most critical health change you can make this year? Just one. If you could look back a year from now, what's the one thing that would have made the biggest possible difference for you? And look, if you're feeling a bit stuck and not sure where to start, here are a few ideas. Maybe it's about your mental energy, or maybe it's finally getting serious about sleep. It could be your diet. Or hey, maybe it's as simple as finally scheduling that checkup you've been putting off for way too long. Just pick one. And I just want to leave you with this one last thought. So often, we wait until we feel ready to start something big. But you don't get ready by waiting. You get ready by starting. It's the action itself that builds the momentum. The goal isn't to have the perfect plan, it's just to begin. So my question to you is, what are you going to start today?